affecting the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. Isa-isa pa. Kulang pa isa. Here. So you have your eyes, so dilation, sympathetic, parasympathetic, constriction. In the board exam, you need to know this. You need to memorize this. What happens sa sympathetic, what happens sa parasympathetic. Constriction, is it sympathetic or parasympathetic? Dilation, ano ba siya? Okay? Pakina na screenshot. Wala sa handout niyo yan. Okay? Then we also have this one. So you also need to know this. Okay? During our time, the question that was asked was erection. Ito. Erection, is it sympathetic or parasympathetic? Okay? So you need to be familiar. So chemistry of vasoconstrictors, all are made synthetically except for epinephrine and norepinephrine. Okay? They are naturally occurring in our body, epinephrine and norepinephrine. Specifically, they are produced in the adrenal medulla, okay, of the adrenal gland or the suprarenal gland. Adrenergic receptor, sorry. Adrenergic receptors are found in most tissues of the body. Okay, so we have different receptors. You have your alpha 1, you have your alpha 2, you have your beta receptors. Okay, so sulat ko nga. Alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 receptors. Okay, so basically, pag alpha 1, that is involved in smooth muscle. Okay, smooth muscle contraction. Alpha 2, smooth muscle effects din siya, mixed smooth muscle. Beta 1, cardiac, sa heart, okay? Beta 2, that's for bronchodilation sa lungs, and also vasodilation, beta 2. Beta 3, that's for increased lipolysis, lipolysis for beta 3, okay? Vasoconstrictor stimulates the alpha receptors to cause vasoconstrictor. So basically, the vasoconstrictors that we use in dentistry, okay, would only act on the alpha receptors. Ito na siya sa alpha. Ay, wala. Ayan. Ito na siya sa alpha. Okay? Alpha 1, alpha 2. Basically, as you already know, vasoconstrictors would tend to prolong the duration of the anesthesia. Okay? It is combined together with the local anesthetics. So if you combine epinephrine with local anesthetics, it would now delay the rate of absorption of the local anesthesia. Okay? So a vasoconstrictor compound is referred to as catechol when it contains only two adjacent hydroxyl groups. Ayan, OH na yan. It has two OH here. That is called your catechol. However, other vasoconstrictors are not catechol because they're lacking or they're missing one OH or hydroxyl group. Isa lang siya. Earlier, catechol siya kasi you have two. So catechol amine. Okay? So this one, only one, hindi siya catechol. Non-catechol amine because you have your NH there. Okay? So catecholamines, these are your epinephrine. Catecholamines. Under this one, you have your epinephrine, you have your norepinephrine, you have your norepinephrine. Okay. Epinephrine, the other name is adrenaline. Norepinephrine, the other name is noradrenaline. Okay. Levonorepinephrine, you have your neocoberphrine. Under the non-catecholamine, okay, under the non-catecholamine, you have here your phenylephrine, okay, or also known as your neosynephrine, okay, neosynephrine. Later we will be discussing these different vasoconstrictors. But in dentistry, most of the time we use the epinephrine. Okay? Vasoconstrictors are relatively unstable. So I need to add preservative for the vasoconstrictor. Okay? Previously, what they use are the methylparaben. Okay? Used as, yes,
Ano po yung other name ni levonorepinephrine? Thank you.
neocobephrin. Neocobephrin. Okay? So previously they used methylparaben as a germicide and preservative for the anesthetic solution. Okay? However, there have been several reports of allergic reaction for the methylparaben. Okay? What they did is they replaced methylparaben with sodium bisulfite. Okay? So they changed it sodium bisulfite. So again, vasoconstrictors, oops, sorry. If you don't include vasoconstrictors on our local anesthetics, they can produce vasodilators, dilation because they are vasodilator in nature, except for the cocaine, which has the intrinsic vasoconstrictive property. Okay, so this feature tends to increase the rate of absorption, decrease the duration, increase the likelihood of producing toxicity. So by adding vasoconstrictor in our local anesthetic cartridges, okay, you are somehow decreasing the risk of toxicity because you're delaying the absorption of the local anesthetics. So these are the different types of vasoconstrictors. Okay, epinephrine or epinephrine, levonorepinephrine, synephrine. Sometimes norepinephrine is also known as your levofed. Okay, so let's talk about epinephrine. Epinephrine is also called your adrenaline. Okay? It is secreted primarily by the adrenal medulla, okay? And manufactured synthetically as epinephrine hydrochloride. Epinephrine can stimulate both alpha and beta receptors, okay? Depending on the dose, of course. Excuse me. Epinephrine is also the drug of choice as to manage complications or medical emergency, which is your anaphylactic shock. So no severe allergic reaction si patient, anaphylactic shock, okay, you can give epinephrine. However, the dose of epinephrine that we give for anaphylactic shock is different from the dose that are incorporated on our anesthetic cartridges. Because in our anesthetic cartridges, epinephrine there is diluted in 1 is to 100,000 epinephrine. But for management of anaphylactic shock, okay, you need to use now the 1 is to 1,000 dilution. Diba siya? Okay? So let's say your patient is over 12 years old. Okay? So you need to give 0.5 ml of epinephrine diluted in 1 is to 1,000 solution. But if your patient is a child, let's say 6 to 12 years old, okay, bata pa si patient, you need to give 0.3 ml of epinephrine in 1:1,000 solution. Okay? Pag adult, that's 0.5. Pag pediatric, 0.3. But the dilution is the same, 1:1,000. So norepinephrine or Levophed is also known as your noradrenaline. Okay? Basically, epinephrine and norepinephrine are very similar neurotransmitter. Okay? Norepinephrine has a more effect on the blood vessels. Okay? The effect of your norepinephrine is more on the blood vessels. While in your epinephrine earlier, the effect is more on the heart. Okay? Mas sa heart yung effect ni epinephrine, whereas norepinephrine, the effect is more on the blood vessels. Okay? Next is your levonorepinephrine. Levonorepinephrine acts on alpha receptors also. Okay? It is used as a topical nasal decongestant and also as a vasoconstrictor in dentistry. It is similar to epinephrine both chemically and pharmacologically. Okay? And the last one, we have the phenylephrine or the neosynephrine. Among the vasoconstrictors that I have discussed earlier, this one, your phenylephrine, is the most stable. Siya yung most stable among the four. However, this one is also the weakest. Okay? It's the weakest vasoconstrictor among the four vasoconstrictors. Okay? So it's long lasting or it's longer lasting compared to the others. Okay? Mas matagal yung effect niya, longer lasting. But its vasoconstrictor effect is less pronounced. Yes, matagal yung effect niya, but the effect is less pronounced as compared to the other vasoconstrictor. It's not able to constrict the blood vessels that well. Okay? Yes, it's most stable, but it is the weakest. Next, we go to the misuse of vasoconstrictors. If used in greater than necessary concentration, there would be toxicity. That's why we are computing for the maximum allowable dose. Okay? Repeated injections increased volume to toxic or nearly toxic levels. So almost the same explanation lang. Increased toxicity. Occasional intravascular injection caused by omission of or improper method of aspiration before injection, resulting in toxic manifestations. So we need to be sure that we are not injecting directly on the blood vessels. You always need to perform aspiration before you deposit your solution. Okay? So vasoconstrictors, yes, they can help prolong the duration of the anesthesia. However, there are certain contraindications for vasoconstrictors. Okay? So patients who has thyrotoxicosis, okay, are contraindicated with the vasoconstrictor. Okay? Basically, this is the main contraindication of your vasoconstrictor. Siya yung main contraindication, thyrotoxicosis. If the patient has hyperthyroidism, okay, contraindicated din siya. Keep in mind that thyrotoxicosis is not the same as your hyperthyroidism. Yes, they would be producing too much or increased thyroid hormone. However, hyperthyroidism is a type of thyrotoxicosis. Basically, thyrotoxicosis, you have several subtypes, and one of which is your hyperthyroidism. Okay? Ganun siya. Hyperthyroidism, there's an increased production of thyroid hormone. Okay? Thyroid hormone is a butterfly-shaped organ found in front of the neck. Butterfly-shaped organ found in front of the neck, and they would be producing two thyroid hormones. I'm sure you've heard of T3 and T4. These are the thyroid hormones produced by your thyroid gland. T3 is your triiodothyronine. While T4 is your thyroxine. Okay? So together, they are referred to as the thyroid hormone. Other contraindications would include hypertension because they can increase na the blood pressure of the patient further. Okay? Arteriosclerosis. So arteriosclerosis would reduce the blood flow to the tissue. Okay? Then they can cause ischemia or infarction on these patients. Ano pa ba? Heart disease or heart block. Kasi nga the effect of your vasoconstrictor, specifically your epinephrine, is most in the heart. Okay? Cerebrovascular insufficiency. So what can happen pag may cerebrovascular insufficiency? It can cause sudden increase in the heart pressure and the blood pressure. So if there's a sudden increase in the blood pressure, then patient is at risk of having another stroke. Okay? Hindi na pwede, contraindicated. What else? Diabetes mellitus. Okay? So in small doses, okay lang. It's okay to give small amounts epinephrine. However, in large doses, vasoconstrictors can simulate hyperglycemia on diabetic patients, specifically diabetic patients that are uncontrolled. Okay, they can cause hyperglycemia on this patient. When you say hyperglycemia, there's high blood sugar level. Okay. So if there's hyperglycemia, epinephrine now can induce ketoacidosis, diabetic ketoacidosis, or patient can have diabetic coma, okay, in large doses of vasoconstrictor. But relatively, the main contraindication is this one, thyrotoxicosis. Okay. There are also toxic reactions of vasoconstrictors. So overdose, na overdose patient. These are the signs. Okay. Let's say you injected your anesthetic solution. You didn't notice that you injected intravascularly. Then suddenly your patient had this symptom. Then and other toxic reaction. It's not an allergic reaction. Remember, allergic reaction is different from toxic reaction. Okay? Allergic reaction, small dose lang, di ba? Patient would now manifest the um, allergic response. In toxic reaction or toxicity, you need to reach a certain dose, certain level. You need to surpass that level. Okay, beyond that level, it's already overdose or toxicity. So selection of vasoconstrictor, of course, you need to consider the duration of the desired effect. What else? Physical condition of the patient. Okay? Ba, meron ba siyang conditions like this? Desire to produce hemostasis. Concurrent medication being taken by the patient. So you need to consider this when you choose your vasoconstrictor, or if you are to use, or if you will be using vasoconstrictors or not. Okay. Allergic reactions to the vasoconstrictors are extremely rare because epinephrine is produced by our body also. If let's say you've had an allergic reaction to epinephrine, okay, maybe, or to injection of the local anesthetic, maybe it's because of the additives included or incorporated on the vasoconstrictor, on the cartridges. Because when you buy a cartridge, it does not only contain the anesthetic agent, diba? May anesthetic agent. It does not only contain the epinephrine, it would also contain other additives as well. So let's say skin test kayo, there's an allergic reaction, okay? What you can do is to try to change brand muna. Change brand muna, okay? You cannot use ester. And I'm not even sure if we have available na ester in cartridge, okay? So try to shift brand muna because most likely or most of the time, it's the additive that causes the allergic reaction, okay? So many investigators doubt that they ever do appear and state that any reactions attributed to the vasoconstrictor drugs are a result of toxicity or overdose. Okay? So basically, to answer this question, can individuals be allergic to epinephrine? The answer is no. The answer here is no, because they are produced by our body. And also, epinephrine is the medication of choice to manage allergic reaction, like your anaphylactic shock. Siya nga yung management natin for anaphylactic shock. Okay? Just remember how much yung ano sa ano ba pediatric, ilang ml, how many ml ng epinephrine, 0.3 ml, and the dilution would be 1:1,000. Dilution 1,000. Okay, 1:1,000. A true allergic reaction to epinephrine does not exist. Epinephrine is a hormone produced by the body. You can't live without epinephrine because we need epinephrine sa fight or flight response. Okay? We need epinephrine to cope with stress. Okay? Ano yung isa? So epinephrine is used to treat allergic reactions, as I have mentioned earlier. So we have here allergy testing. Drug allergy may be defined as a specific type of sensitivity. Okay, let's skip that. When you hear the term antigen antibody reaction, most likely that is on allergic or allergy. Okay. Yesterday there's a question there about antigen antibody reaction. It's allergy yun. And what immunoglobulin yung responsible sa allergy? Allergic response. IgE, di ba? Allergy. IgE. Allergy. So skin testing is technically supposed to be done or supposed to be performed on the second exposure. Why second exposure? Kasi you need a sensitizing dose first. Meaning to say that antigen needs to be introduced to your body first. Okay? So you need a sensitizing dose. So we have this one. These are the maximum total dose for your vasoconstrictors. If the patient is healthy or if the patient is ASA 3 or 4. Okay? May cerebrovascular disease or cardiovascular disease pala, hindi cerebrovascular. Cardiovascular disease. Okay? So again, pag ASA 3 or 4, dito tayo sa baba. Okay? This one is healthy. I will not be discussing the computation anymore. I'm assuming you already know how to compute these vasoconstrictor drugs. Okay? And most of the time, you won't be asked to compute naman. But you need to know this one. Kasi during our time, ito yung tinanong. How many milligrams of epinephrine is contained in one cartridge of anesthetic that has 1.8 ml solution? 0.018. Memorize nyo na lang. Yung you're computing pa dun. Okay? So again, this one you need to know, okay, for board exam purposes. So you already know this, how to compute. So it would depend on the anesthetic of choice, okay, on what value you would be using. If you're using 2% lidocaine HCl with 100,000 epinephrine, that's 7 milligrams per kilogram. Pag may Pivacaine, okay, without epinephrine, that's 4.4. So it varies, it changes depending on the anesthetic of choice. Okay? Let's skip this computation. The duration of effect for pulpal and soft tissue anesthesia is essentially the same with all these vasoconstrictor concentrations. Okay? Therefore, the lowest concentration available is recommended. Okay? Lowest concentration available should be recommended. Okay? So basically, that's it for the vasoconstrictors. Can you open your Kahoot? That it will have the post test for this one. Let me just open. Saan na? Ito. Ay, isa. Ibang game ako. Kahoot. Wala ko naman bagong team. So this is vasoconstrictor.